How's it going, everybody? I'm Jackson Hawkins Kimmel.
And I'm Jameson Hawkins Kimmel.
And together, we are the Brothers Wild. And welcome to Yellowstone National Park, where we will be visiting for almost 2 weeks, filming the world's first national park.
And to start off this visit, we've come to the Beaver Pond Trail ahead for a rich variety of animals.
So let's head off.
Alright everybody, what we're looking at right now is a very common and unique bird found in Yellowstone, the Clark's nutcracker. Now, they're called nutcrackers because they will store like pine cone seeds and stuff in all different areas, like they'll bury them in the ground or in a tree or something, thousands of them for winter. So when everything's frozen, they'll just dig it up so they can eat it. And although they forget a lot of them, so it actually helps grow trees. They're a really important species.
Wow, look at this neat little caterpillar, people. It has an orange belly and a black back.
Wow. Now there's all kinds of different moths and fritillaries or something, butterflies and stuff here, so it could be anything, but if I had to guess, it would probably be some kind of large moth.
Oh, that's cool. It has a lot of hairs.
Actually, those are spines. So when a predator tries to eat them, those spines will poke them, and actually most caterpillars that have spines like this are poisonous, and it won't affect humans, but it could kill predators that try to eat it.
Look at that. All right, let's let him back into the wild.
Good find, buddy. Better put him back on his leaf there. There he is.
Wow, that's a neat little find.
Wow, everyone. What we're looking at right now is some Rocky Mountain Elk, one of the 3 subspecies of elk in the United States. What are the 2 others? Is it Tule elk, and what's the other one? I can't remember. I think it's the Roosevelt elk. They live on like the west coast, I think. But there's nearly 6,000 elk in Yellowstone National Park, although there used to be a lot more, but they're now rapidly decreasing because of the introduced wolf that is the wrong subspecies and is not meant to be here. There's like 3 more that we can see. There's 3 more out there, not 4.
This is really cool, people. We just saw these birds chasing off a squirrel, and it sounded like firecrackers when they were pecking at them, probably because they didn't want the squirrel taking away their food.
Now, the species of bird we're looking at right now is a Western Wood Pewee with a very distinctive call, wee, wee. They call them Wood Pewees because they live in the woods and they're very small. So, Pewee means small.
Wow, look at this, people. We just found bird chicks in the nests, and you could see their fuzzy little heads and beaks right here. It's probably one of the closest I've ever been to a bird chick.
Wow, now these are the chicks of the Western Wood Pewee we were looking at earlier.
The mother right there looks like it has a fly or something.
Yeah. Wow, that's cool.
Wow, now this is a really neat find. So this fallen down aspen here, these are claw marks from a bear. And what they would do is scratch their claws and rub their backs on trees.
Yeah,
it would do some serious collateral damage to the bark.
Yes.
All along this tree.
Yeah, you can see this pretty often. You just have to look for these rub marks along it. So just keep an eye out. Might find some interesting stuff like this.
Wow, that's really cool. Everybody, what we're looking at here is an American Three-Toed Woodpecker. A pretty rare woodpecker in the U.S., but it is quite common in this area of Yellowstone. Everybody, what we were looking at, whoa, we just jumped. Right out there in that sagebrush is a red fox, a very common species of mammal throughout the U.S., but not very common in the Yellowstone area. But they're actually in every U.S. state. I think they might even be in Alaska. I don't know. see if we can find something else even cool. Here we are, people. We've made it to the Beaver Ponds. Now, the reason why this place is called the Beaver Ponds is throughout the trail, you'll see several marshy ponds just like this. So hopefully, we can see some good wildlife in them.
All right, now what we're looking at right here is an active American badger hole, which there's actually a few of them all along the berm of this part of the trail. So he's in here somewhere, and in fact, a couple years ago, we did see him run across the trail just right over there.
Now, badgers are powerful digging machines. They actually spend most of their life underground, and most people don't know this, but badgers are actually in the weasel family.
Now, one of the main prey species of the American badger are ground squirrels and prairie dogs. Now, usually when they go to hunt them, sometimes coyotes will try to steal their kill, and they fight, and the badger will actually win because he's super aggressive. They're actually pretty grumpy. Some kind of spine or something. As you can see, there are hooves right here and parts of the leg with hair on it still. And this was obviously a joint, but that bone is bare. And in fact, each wolf can eat like 20% of its body weight in a single feeding. So let's say the wolf is 150 pounds, for example. That means in one kill, it can eat up to 30 pounds of meat.
All right, everybody. Now, that elk carcass we found over there with the legs and fur and stuff, we have just found it way over here, about, I don't know, a few hundred yards from the other part. And this is the rest of his carcass. Obviously, there's some rib cages and stuff right there, so obviously the wolves tried to pick off some parts to hog for themselves and kind of just ran over here. And then you'll never believe what part of its body is right here.
Yeah, you'll never believe it.
Look at that.
It's a bull elk skull.
Look at that. Look at those antlers. Now, what's something really cool, if you'll notice, there's some parts of the antlers like this that are torn off from like fighting other elk and stuff. Holy moly, and then you got like his teeth right there. Here's where his eyeball is. Look at the size of that. His eyeball must have been that big. Goodness. Well, it was an incredibly successful adventure on our first hike in Yellowstone, and this is only our first hike. We have lots of more good stuff coming in one of America's greatest national parks.
So don't miss this trail if you're visiting Yellowstone, because man, what an amazing time you can have. I'm Jameson Hawkins Kimmel.
And I'm Jackson Hawkins Kimmel.
And together, we are the Brothers Wild.
Bye, everybody. Keep it wild.